Welcome to Rewriting Your Reality, a video focused on hypnotic modalities to shift the belief systems that keep you captive. We will explore the journey from being subconsciously programmed to achieving quantum freedom. Get ready to dismantle everything you thought you knew about your own limitations. The mind's power is a historical fact. Franz Mesmer introduced animal magnetism in the 1700s. James Braid coined hypnotism, defining it as a focused physiological state. Crucially, before anesthesia, major surgeries were performed using this trance state, proving the mind's ability to override physical pain. My personal journey proves the mind transcends the body. A near-death experience revealed pure awareness. After being paralyzed, I reprogrammed my body through visualization and discipline. The core truth is that identity is the prison and the key. Your mind can reshape reality itself. Unmasking the global hypnotic modality. Secret societies and governments. They understood the power of the trance state long ago and weaponized it to shape societal structures from the shadows. Corporate hypnosis. Advertising and media use sophisticated neuro-linguistic programming, NLP, to obscure reality and shift your belief systems without your consent. The ultimate goal, to control the narrative, consumption, and consciousness of the masses, turning individuals into predictable units of a manufactured paradigm. They are the masters of the hypnotic modality. The first element of global hypnotic modality is authority, manufactured to establish psychological inferiority. Uniforms, robes, and controlled environments trigger unquestioning obedience. When you look up to an authority, your critical factor is lowered, accepting suggestions as absolute truth. The uniform is the first induction. The second element is translogic, a self-contained system logical only within its own framework. This creates a closed loop of reasoning. A doctrine establishes ultimate authority, turning rules into absolute truths. The paradigm acts as a perceptual filter, making external manipulation feel like internal conviction. The third element is overload, creating an intense, rapid-fire experience that bypasses the conscious mind. Techniques include sensory saturation, emotional triggers, and message overload. This forces the subject to feel something profound, anchoring the belief without rational scrutiny. The heart accepts what the head has no time to question. The grand illusion is when you become your own hypnotist. Division keeps us fighting each other, distracting us from the masters of the modality. They use filtered evidence to make you doubt your power. The ultimate control is when you self-hypnotize with their suggestions. I am not enough. This is the self-hypnosis of suffering. The quick release uses the Sedona method to clear emotional debris. Emotional baggage is just something you are holding on to. You can drop it using these 4 questions. Could I let this feeling go? Would I let this feeling go? When? Answer. Now. Repeat until you feel a tangible shift in your state. The reframe shifts meaning and reality. Change the meaning you attach to an event, and you change your emotional response. Content reframing actively searches for the positive intent or hidden benefit. Failure is just data and feedback. A block is a stepping stone. Change the question to change the destination. You are already in a trance. Self-hypnosis is choosing your own program. This is your new operating system. Use a simple countdown to enter a deep state and plant empowering beliefs into your subconscious mind. Consistent practice rewrites your core identity, dissolving suffering and manifesting the quantum you. Are you ready to take your quantum leap? This exclusive transformation package offers the book 30 Days to the Quantum You, custom video masterclasses, and a personal Zoom session for deep work. Stop fighting the illusion and start rewriting your reality today.
Hey!
Oh man, greetings and salutations, and may this day be in service to you. Welcome to Beyond the Mind. I am your host, Talib, with my good co-host, an amazing friend, Chef, where we are not here to teach you, we're only here to remind you. And happy 4th of July weekend to everyone out there. I hope you guys have some really special plans, and I hope you had an amazing week. And how you doing, Chef? Good to see you, buddy.
Clearly, you see, I'm running in the seat, boy. It hasn't stopped.
Well, since
ready
you're running,
trying to get ready for the weekend, you know. Yeah, things are looking up. But just Trying to get through things. Being so busy. Look, yeah, Pete, you're laughing because it's funny. Yeah, but yeah, man, life is grand, and looking forward to the days coming up.
Mm, that's beautiful, man. That's beautiful. I feel like I sound a little robotic. Do I sound robotic? No,
Mm,
I
nah,
think I sound normal, pretty normal.
yeah.
Okay, I'm just making sure. I got this little sound card thing, and
Oh,
technology these days is a shot in the dark. But
mhm.
I was thinking to start this show off, since I always love to give the audience something that they can experience, that they can take into their daily lives. And one of the things mentioned in the opening was NLP and Sedona. So I figured I'd give everybody a wonderful chance to experience this. And the wonderful thing is, you don't really need to close your eyes. If you're in a position and comfortable and you can, you're more than welcome, right? But this is just a little play with the imagination. Because one of the things I really wanted to talk to today was about imagery and the effect that imagery has on our lives. And how could we use imagery to affect our lives in a positive way? And maybe a little bit about how imagery has been used in a very manipulative way to actually impress what you think about, what you believe, and how you feel about certain things, and how important imagery is. So, what I'd like for you to do is just take a deep breath and just take a deep breath in and breathe out. And just allow yourself to focus on some area in your life where you're feeling resistance.
Mm.
And this shouldn't be very difficult. It may come right up. It may be images, it may be a story, it may be a feeling in your body. But just allow that resistance to come up and to feel it. And now allow yourself to feel it even more and even more. And if something comes up in you and says, "Ah, this is stupid. This doesn't make any sense. This is nonsense." Could you just allow that to come up and be here too? And allow whatever resistance is there to just come up even more and more. And now just a little bit more. Now imagine, visualize, play, or pretend that there's a door or a window on your chest. And I want you to imagine, visualize, play, or pretend that you're now opening that window or door on your chest. And let all of that resistance just flow out. And you can say, "Thank you for your service, but I don't need you anymore." And you can go. And when you feel it's all gone, go ahead and close that window and just notice what you feel. You might feel like, you might feel a little wave of euphoria. Whatever you feel is perfectly. And so that is just a little taste of some NLP, where and the reason we use this one is for your mind. You notice the images that came up. Notice that just thinking of your own resistance, you didn't need to focus and paint a picture. They naturally came up because our minds speaks the language of symbols, images. This is the language of the mind. And when you learn how to use that language, you can get your mind to do many amazing things. But that's where I wanted to start at. Also, we got well, if the cards fall in our favor, which they usually do, we'll have Dr. Niece coming up to share her amazing
Mm.
perspective on life coaching. And also, we will dive a little bit more into the imagery because believe it or not, it's the key. If it wasn't, why does
Mm.
Hollywood spend so much money to produce
Mm.
all of these images to you?
Mm.
It's a very powerful tool for reprogramming the subconscious. Uh, You could jump on in here, Chef.
I
I
love
can see
imagery.
your face. I know. I can see
Yeah,
the gears turning because this is a
yeah,
subject very dear to my brother's heart. You know.
yeah. I love imagery. Imagery is an extremely powerful tool. Um, I didn't really understand it until I think I got put into hypnosis, and then I understood the actual application of it, right? Because I was experiencing it, and it is one of the things that I use quite frequently with my clients, um, because it is one of the most, I think, one of the most easier tools to introduce to a client because they're always using it, right? They're always seeing using imagery, whether they know it or not. Whether they go to a movie or they see a commercial or someone tells them, or they have a dream, or they imagine something, or they have a vision, deja vu, all those things are forms of energy. And I just really, I think the mind imagery gives the mind a chance to freestyle, shall I say, a chance to be creative without constraint, you know. And I think is a, it's a necessary tool, uh, especially when applied correctly. You take a person down a journey and introduce some beautiful imagery. You can, give make them uh,
Mm.
by feeling or a smell or something that was beautiful to them. Some they say you can literally someone's attitude off top imagery to them, and they will feel a lot better after you go through your session. So I'm sure it is a very that we have in our bag.
Yeah, and
So
one of the things I find most fascinating about imagery is that we're all capable of imagery. Not everyone can visualize. That's some people
mhm,
they can't make images, pictures in their head, right? And that's called aphantasia when you don't have the ability to create visual images in your mind, right? And there are a number of people that cannot do this, right? But imagery is when you are reconnecting with familiar sensory that you've experienced,
mhm.
right? You don't have to see that because there's so many different ways your body has stored that as an experience. And that's what imagery does, right? So like you may not be able to visualize walking on a beach, but you can remember or imagine what it was like to walk on a beach, what it felt like to have sand between your toes and the water run up on your ankles and the warmth of the sun. And that's imagery, right? And that's something we're all doing. We're all conceptualizing our reality all the time, you know. So
Can I tell
I
you
think that
something
one
and
of the
interrupt you?
beautiful. Oh, please. No, no, no. You go
Uh,
for it.
no, as you said that, I actually saw that. As you said, imagine yourself at the beach, legs in running through water. I saw that. I saw it. So that literally is an example of an introduction to imagery. I saw it
Hmm.
right away.
And for people who couldn't visualize it, they could conceptualize it. They may got a sense of the sand between their toes. They may have a sense of what the air smells like,
Hey,
you
I have a
know?
question. Um, people with that condition, can we introduce a smell, or do you know if someone's introduced a smell to them, and can they smell the beach? They can't visualize it or
Yes,
imagine,
this is
or
what
they
I'm
can
saying.
imagine.
They can
Yeah.
if they've been to the beach, right? They can begin to imagine, right? And conceptualize what it would be like to be standing at that beach using all of their senses outside of their eyes, right? So they may begin to get a sense of what it sounds like. They may begin to get a sense of the feeling of the ocean air spritzing across them, right? They may not see it, but they can conceptualize it. And that's equally as powerful because the subconscious mind still gets an image out of that. And it still can put that into a visual state for itself, right? Because our mind is a narrative machine, it's a storyteller, and it's always removing data to create a functioning story and keeping a general conception of what reality is.
Hmm.
Um, Stephanie Schreiber said, "We can." Oh, bring that back up, please. I would love to read
We
that.
can. He said we can
Take a
feel and
photo. Said
smell.
salt water. Mhm. Let me
It says
bring
we
that.
could
I want to
feel and
read her.
smell and something else.
I like when. Thank you for leaving
Oh,
a
there we go.
comment.
There we go. We can
Yes,
feel and
we.
smell, but
Okay,
the
so.
visuals are super blurry to none.
Mhm. You see, so the
Oh,
extra
really?
senses
Hmm.
can be in there, you know, and
Yeah, saltwater smell. Yeah. Hmm.
right? And then so when you activating that, you still are activating the mind's ability to store and make new impressions, right? And that's really what we're doing with imagery is we're making impressions in the mind because it's the language of the mind, right? And so for those that may not really understand or disagree or feel a certain way, this is why they spend millions of dollars with advertisers to create not an image that necessarily conveys the truth or the scientific data behind the product. The image is to generate the urge to buy the product, a need for the product that makes you want to buy it, right? All imagery is propaganda. What is propaganda? Propaganda is merely any image or sign that conveys a message. So propaganda is not just political incitement on the news. Propaganda is a stop sign. Propaganda is a stoplight, right? Propaganda is the big sign that says hospital and with the little snake and the thing down the middle, right? These are images that give signals that convey a message to us. Like an orange cone in the street tells us to be cautious because they're working on the road, right? They don't have to have a sign that says, "Be cautious, we're working on the road," right? Because they have programmed you through imagery that this is the message that it conveys. So understand that imagery is the most powerful form of changing or influencing a person's subconscious mind. When we were little, they showed us letters. They gave us books and images before we ever understood what they were. They were imprinted on us. And this is why we see the world the way we do and the shapes that we see. It's because they've been imprinted through imagery,
Hmm.
right? And Hollywood uses imagery to sell movies, to sell concepts, to sell tickets, to sell products. Politics use imagery to get votes, to get bills and laws passed. Imagery is something that is consistently being used around you to influence the decisions that you're making. You know, uh, Taking Photos said, fascinating point, chef. I looked uh, into hip, uh, into hypnotists, the hearing impairing because the tones and voice cues have to be covered visually, and with singing or written cues and I can't see what that last word, and intent powerful. I guess they meant signing when they're talking. She was talking about Taking Photos, talking about when signing. They do sign language for hypnosis too. So that's very fascinating. Thank you for sharing that. And so as I was saying, imagery is something that throughout the span of time and modern civilizations, back to the Romans, the Greek, various tribes throughout Africa, through the Americas, they use petroglyphs, they use imagery to convey a message. Some of these imageries were used in what you might consider to be like a seance or something, but these imageries were used in hypnotic ceremonies in the great Delphi and Greek in Greece, right? So the understanding by people in power of imagery has been very, very well documented. Now the question becomes, what can you do with imagery,
Mhm.
right? How can you make changes with yourself with imagery, and how is imagery right now negatively affecting you? And
Oh,
please, chef.
tremendously. Well, tomorrow's imagery, instant message. Tomorrow's 4th of July. Look at all of the imagery that we've been prescribed to the entire, early summer to get prepped for 4th of July, which is tomorrow. The celebration of 250 years of America. Is that what this 4th of July is? Um, so it's a lot of imagery, you know, that's been, I don't know if it's been inflicted on us or just mass produced to us or mass promoted to us, excuse me. But yeah, I think the best imagery of all holidays is either as what you have Christmas, Thanksgiving, 4th of July, Easter. Um, that's how imagery is used. Mother's Day, Father's Day,
Right.
um,
Look at the flag,
flag, stars,
the
stars and
NFL,
stripes. Hmm.
you know, the teams, the logos,
Hmm.
how they can invoke emotion, feeling, thought.
It's kind of amazing. After a while, after you have so many years under your belt, you start to notice, you know, sequences and images, and you know, I guess when you have a certain image at a certain time, it may ring a bell or two, right?
Mm,
Because you've either been conditioned to either expect something to happen
mhm.
or conditioned to not expect something to happen, right? But
Well, yeah, I
the
think we're all most people. Well, I will even put myself in there. I won't speak for most people. I'll speak for me. In my experience, I've found that uh, most of the setbacks in my life has come from a series of images attached to stories that keep seeming to recreate themselves in my current life. And I've met
I
other people with similar stories, you know. And
what is the image that you see though?
well, the image is that I'm not where I want to be. You see, that's always the image that holds everyone back. The image is there's somewhere you're not now that you want to get to more than you want to be where you are.
Operate from the finish line backwards.
That's the key to uh, uh the key to success is to chunk down, to take everything into smaller bites and pieces, you know. And this is how imagery works against us, right? Because when we sometimes imagine a grand outcome and we don't know how we're going to get there, well then the image becomes a threat,
Mhm.
right? But when you chunk it down, when you see the image and then you work in reverse how you got there in your mind, right? Now everything becomes bite size and the mind can accept it easier. But the whole image is too much to process at one time because it goes against what you believe about yourself. What are you what are your what's your insight on that?
False evidence appearing real.
Fear.
Mhm. Um, the fear of failure, the fear of seeing yourself fair will stop that imagery in itself, that self-afflicting imagery that you perpetuate to yourself. Not saying you, not saying any of the listeners, saying me. But the self um induced pain from the fear of failure, the fear of not failure, the fear of struggle, the fear of whatever. But the fact is that when that false evidence appears real, you start to do this, and then you start to do this because you're having that image in your mind, right?
And now you're giving it attention
And then you're feeding that beast.
and you start giving it importance,
Hmm.
you know, and that's how imagery can literally work against you, you know, when you're not understanding that the images you emotionally resonate with. We have thoughts and coming in and out of our head all day. We don't respond to all of them. We respond to the ones that we emotionally resonate with. And that resonance field comes back from usually from childhood, right? And I think one of the, and this ties into imagery because then when that gets into what we would, identify it as the shadow self,
Hmm.
there's this image you have of what it
Hmm.
would be like if you were to share a part of yourself that was once ridiculed,
Hmm.
shamed, or looked down upon. You know what I mean? And then that creates a negative self-talk.
Hmm.
And that negative self-talk will get so loud that you won't be able to bear it. So another aspect of you will break off that'll step in front of that negative self-talk and tell it to shut the up. And what that will look like will begin looking to the outside where it may start becoming picking out everyone else's flaws. It may show up in the form of paranoia. It could show up in the form of being unable to see another's perspective because you're so deeply invested in your own, you know. And this is all from imagery,
Hmm.
you know. When you start talking negative to yourself, there's an image that comes along with that. Bruce Lee said, "Never speak bad of yourself, not even as a joke, because you're casting a spell over yourself, whether you know it or not." And I think that he was 100% correct. We have found that in many schools of thought they teach that, and within HMI we have learned and studied and know that this is called organic language. That it's connected to what you call body syndromes. That it's all a chain of connection because that goes into the that space that we were talking about where the Eastern, you know, the holistic approach and not just going after the symptom,
Mhm.
you know. And so a lot of the issues stem back from childhood, witnessing, hearing something, being told something about yourself, and now this being framed in your mind as a negative thing. And now you're here and you want to do something that goes against that. And now you're hitting a wall because that part of you is not familiar with it and it doesn't feel comfortable.
Let me ask you a question. Is there such thing as bad imagery?
Here's an example. You're talking to a man who loves horror films. This is my guilty pleasure. I don't watch them as much as I used to, okay? Honestly, I don't. I think, well, I can't even I still watch the latest ones. I will be seeing Evil Dead burn. Okay. But the point is this, they are one of the worst things you could put in your head. You have to realize when you're watching a movie, you've made an agreement with yourself to completely rattle and disorientate your subconscious mind. And the reason I say this is your subconscious mind doesn't know what's real or fake, right? When you watch a movie and you want someone get killed or or assaulted in any kind of fashion, the mind doesn't know that these are actors. That feeling you're getting when you're watching a movie, especially when you're watching high action where people are dying left and right, or you're watching horror films, or you're watching a lot of uh, um, stuff with a lot of promiscuity into it, your mind doesn't know the difference. Those feelings are real feelings. When you're watching a horror movie and you're scared or you feel that anxiety, that's because your nervous system thinks you're about to die. And that affects you because now you take that over into your regular life and your nervous system overreacts in situations that isn't called for it.
Mm.
Some people are walking around biting other people's heads off, getting very upset at people for minor infractions because their nervous system is on high threat response. They are responding neurologically like they are about to die.
Mm.
That's why your heart rate increases, your hands are shaking, you can barely stand still, you can't speak straight, you're not breathing. You don't see it. You are your body. You take the conscious part out and you just look at what the body's doing. The body's responding like it's about to die. So a lot of the stuff we choose to opt into and watch, and we don't spend any quality time uh, upkeeping or taking the time to do some cleaning, spring cleaning in the mind, and put some proper suggestions in there on our own and create some imagery ourselves. Then what happens is that then we end up relying on television and shows and social media to fill that image spot where we could be using that imagery time to create a more sustainable life for ourselves in our own imagination. And most importantly, you can work on restoring and activating your parasympathetic nervous system. Some people out here who aren't manifesting and can't manifest and say they can't, it's because your nervous system is on survival mode. Nobody gets what they want in survival mode. Some people who are suffering from being overweight and dealing with unable and doing all the programs and you can't lose the weight, that's because you're in survival mode. Your body is producing way more
Cortisol.
cortisol. It's a stress hormone,
Mhm.
right? That's designed for your body when it's in survival mode to save and store fat. Fat gets converted into energy. It's trying to
Uh,
save itself.
I had a cortisol issue for years, because my nervous system was a wreck, because I was stressed out doing working in film business, doing 18-hour days, working 6-day weeks, you know, getting phone calls excuse me, all hours of the night. Um, couldn't lose weight for anything, like, until I had to deal with myself. Like,
And you know what's
literally,
so
I had to
bizarre?
deal with
I don't mean
myself.
to cut you because I want you to keep going. You know what's so bizarre
Yeah.
about that? I want you to mention that,
Mm.
dude. When you doing these jobs, and I know 17 years, you
Yeah.
are active.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're doing 10 miles a day on your feet.
Minimum.
Okay. How can you
Yeah.
not lose weight when you're doing 10 miles a day on your feet and you are lifting a minimum? A
Yeah.
minimum, right? Let's say the average weight of a sandbag is 10 pounds, correct? I mean,
25
it gets
pounds.
smaller, but we just
Yeah. Yeah.
saying
Yeah. Yeah.
the right because you
Mhm.
got the 5 pounds, 10 pounds, you got those 25-pound bags, you got the
Mhm.
big 50-pound bags,
Yeah.
right?
The
Then you
30,
got
35.
35, right? Different size bags, right? But generally, right, you're carrying these bags. So this is pretty much one of the smallest things that you have to carry around on a
Mhm.
set because everything on this set is heavy. It has to be. It's made to be durable. It's made to be in weather, and it's made to keep people safe. Like, please go ahead. I saw you were going to cut it.
Speaking of the set, speaking of the imagery, and the we're just going to Hollywood. The amount of fear from imagery placed on people who work in the industry in film and TV. That imagery is fierce. That fear of them not working again because they do something wrong, like, that is like legit. You know, don't not like, that is like heavy stuff. Like, to try to do everything right when you're just trying to survive, right? Not trying to say the wrong thing because you have it in your mind that if you say something wrong, because you place the own imagery on yourself, that this is your future outcome,
Mm.
you know? And then, going back to the cortisol issue, you just imagine, you living in fear, uh, not getting rest, working all day, can't lose weight, some rough imagery,
Yeah, and what
nervous
ends up
systems.
happening, you get frustrated with people at the job, and then you
Mhm.
start doing the double language, the double talk where, you
Wow.
go home and you're angry, right? And you
Mhm.
vent out these angry words, right? But then you go back in and you don't express that, right? And you even say some things that may be contradictory to the things you had said when you went home, right?
Mhm.
And now your knees start hurting.
Mm.
You feel what I'm saying? Now the back
Yeah.
hurts,
Body syndrome.
right?
And this is now we're literally going down the road, right? Because we started on imagery, and how imagery affects all these things. So we're just kind of circling. We're doing a 360, y'all. We're gonna bring it back home. So let y'all know.
It's all connected. It gets so, and this is what I'm saying about the holistic aspect of the mind, when you're just trying to treat the mind independently, or just some part of the mind, you don't have real success, right? You don't have lasting success because the mind is a whole thing, right? And in the mind, For us, consciously, time is linear. Tick tock, tick, 1 second by second by second, minute by hour. But in the mind, time doesn't exist that way. It's a plane. And in your mind, the future is not behind you. The future is to the left of you, or not in front of you. If you notice in your mind, you're going to check either you're going to look to the right and see that's the past, and you'll look in your mind's eye to the left will be the future. And you'll see that it's a plane, and there is no point where one begins and the other ends.
Mm.
There is no line separating in the mind. If you just check and see right now where quietness is in your mind and where your problems are, you'll notice there is no line.
Mm.
You know, there is no line in them. It's all a vast ocean. So the imagery, and like he was saying so wonderfully, and tied it all, because it's a whole, like I said, it's a whole circle, right? And we just getting through. We about halfway through that circle, because as I was saying, your knees, you start having knee problems, and then what ends up happening is eventually someone says something to you. Oh, I had that issue once, and they told me it was such and such. You should go see a doctor. And now here comes more imagery. It starts kicking in, right?
So I have a personal situation. Fairly recent, I would say 6 months, something like that. We all have our own therapist, right? Talk to my therapist. I was going through some relation issues, and and my therapist says, "How's your back?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm good." Nah, he's like, "Nah, your, how's your back though? Like you're going through a lot of stress. How is your back? How is your back?" Right? And I didn't pay attention to it. Then I noticed it, and when I noticed it, I was like, "Oh snap!" Every time I get close to the house, my back tightens up. I imagine to myself there's going to be issues. Before all of that, I'm imagining, oh, hell's going to break loose. We'll get home. It's going to be crazy. Uh, so I got this built in my mind. Therapist says, "How's your back?" Don't pay attention to it. Few weeks pass. "How's your back?" Every time I would get close to the house, my back would start tensing up. And every time I would know I would start to come home, I would imagine some bull crap about to go down. And I was like, hold on, I have to fix this. We have to figure out a way where this does not happen. But this all goes all the way back to image, because
Mm.
I put that image in my mind that it wasn't going to be okay, because it wasn't okay. But I put it, it didn't have to be. It didn't have to be me to, you know what I mean? To say it was not going to be okay.
Right,
So,
right. Yeah, and that
yeah,
reinforcing of a
yeah,
of a belief you already was carrying,
yeah,
unconsciously not even knowing, like, okay, these are why these images come up, these are why these thoughts are
yeah.
happening, you
Mhm.
know. And I used to share with people, I used to tell people, like, it's your assumption, you know. And if you want to test it out, all you have to do is this. I always give people tangible things they can do and see if I'm just saying this. I don't want to give out some words you can just go regurgitate to someone so you can sound smart. It's much better if I give you a tool, you use it, you see it's true. So when you share it, it's not from me, it's from you and your experience, right? And we can cause this community to grow, and we can share these tools with more people. And the more of you out there that actually practice some of these things and use them in your own lives, believe me, you don't have to tell anyone you're doing it. They're going to see the shift in you. They're going to ask you what you're doing. And then you'll have the open door to share it as freely as you want to without having to worry about trying to convince them of something. Because you're going against a program, and it's not gonna change just because you give it some information, right? So what I do is this. Here's your testable test. The next time you're going to deal with somebody you know is difficult and you know you have issues with them, right? Instead of imagining all the things that could go wrong, I want you to imagine them doing exactly what you want.
Hmm.
And what I want you to do is I want you to bring all your senses into it. What does it sound like? What does it feel like? What does the room smell like? What does your skin feel like? How good does it feel to hear them doing and behaving the way you would like to see? And then let it go and walk into that situation open as if this is what's going to happen and watch what happens. And when you come back to this show after you've done it, please leave a comment. If you go on to MREC TV and look up under Heavy Gem, you will find and look in the comments, you will find people who have responded and said, "Oh my God, it is my assumption." We can only experience what we believe. We didn't all choose our beliefs. You can't just up and choose a different belief. That's not what belief is. Belief is an imprinting within your subconscious realm that something is real. That's what you need to remember. So you can say what you want, but if the unconscious mind has not gotten that message, it ain't going to change.
Mhm.
And this is how we imprint on the subconscious mind is through imagery. Deep relaxation allows us access. Imagery and the language of the subconscious allows us to reprogram. And it's not an effort. It's not efforting because the subconscious is infinite power and infinite resource. It has no effort to do. Only the conscious mind has to effort because it is 12% of what's happening in your head. And that's where all that effort and because your will, that's a part of the 12%. Your reasoning, that's a part of the 12%. So now you know why, guys. And remember, 12%. So when someone gets a thought in their head and believe it, 12% is not going to go against the 88.
Mm-mm.
And no mathematical equation is this going to work,
Good luck.
right? So imagery, to bring it back around again, is connected to the whole experience you're having right now. It is your experience. The only reason science to even exist is to measure what you think you're experiencing. Imagery,
Mhm.
the concept you have of reality. So if you like to add anything, Chef, I know I went in pretty hard there. I
Um,
love imagery so much. So
I'm sorry, I didn't hear your last sentence.
I said I love imagery so much. So you have to excuse
Yeah.
me if I went kind of hard there.
Oh no, it's all good. I understand the passion. When you see what it can do for people, it really is a beautiful thing. You know, on days like this, what do people need to see? What do they need to feel? How do they need to think? Celebration time, relaxation time, party time. It
I mean,
all is imagery.
mm-hmm. Yeah,
It
yeah.
all is. This weekend is a whole weekend full of imagery, dog. Like let's just get it. We haven't even talked about fireworks. The fireworks, how hypnotizing the fireworks are. It starts off as a baby, literally, infant, 2 years old. Here goes a sparkler. Here you go. Twirl it around. It's fun. Look at everyone else do it. Look at the fireworks. It's the fourth. All imagery, the big dog.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
know, like this is the weekend of imagery, like legit, like the biggest weekend of imagery, damn near, because it's a weekend. It's never just one day, right? Because Fourth of
Mhm.
July starts Fourth of July weekend, 3 4 day weekend, whatever it may be. So, and all those days, you're just seeing everything. Fourth of July sale, fireworks, people getting. Sorry to say the negative part, but people hurting themselves with fireworks. It's all in.
It is. It is. And it's an overload of message units, really. At the end of the day, especially when you're little and you look up and the skies already can hypnotize you. And
Oh
when we
yeah.
say, you know, I want to be clear that being hypnotized just merely means being in a state of a trance state, or an alpha state, or a theta state. This is what it means to be hypnotized, and how you are being hypnotized is by being overloaded. And when your mind is overloaded, it goes into a kind of autopilot mode, which allows you to experience while other processes are happening. And that's something we all experience, whether you are aware of it or not. And this is what makes it such a valuable tool, and also such a cunning method of getting so many people to conform to particular ways of living their lives. You know, so man, this has been super powerful. If anybody in the chat is in there,
Hey, it's
please.
it, it's 5:55.
Oh, look at that. So
Mhm.
I know that Chef is going to reach out to the doc and see if the doc was going to be coming up for the second hour.
Let's
And we were
see.
gonna work on getting the doc in here, the good Doc Denise, powerful life coach, amazing black woman, just incredible human being. And she has some great wisdom and knowledge to impart on the audience. And I've just been excited for the last 2 weeks to just have her share uh,
All right,
her
let's see.
knowledge with the audience. So yeah. And we coming up, please go check out Beyond the Mind Hypnotherapy.com. You can go onto the site, and there's the shop there now that's active, where you can purchase mugs and journals. And I've been making some nifty t-shirts that have some incredible sayings. One of the first sayings on the t-shirt is,
Oh, you gotta
whenever
let me
you
see one.
oh yeah, yeah, whenever it's pretty cool. I'm pretty proud of what I'm getting accomplished. I got some cool bomber jackets that's really cool, that you know dozens of different colors and designs and stuff, so you can check that out as well. And there's journals on there for your journaling. And also on the website, there's an area for scholarships, and my scholarships are essentially free sessions. So if you like to come get a free session and find out what hypnotherapy is all about, please just go to beyondthemindhypnotherapy.com, where you can book a scholarship session with me, which is a free session, and a discovery call with a free session. And if you enjoy and love what's being done and you want to continue on, we can work it out from there. But the goal here is to spread the message, to spread the healing, to share the knowledge, and to be of benefit to humanity. So there's a scholarship up there if you'd like to get up there and have a session. Matter of fact, uh,
Is that a name tag you have on?
yes,
What does it say?
it says certified master hypnotist.
Nice, nice. Got
It's
that done, huh?
yes,
Fancy.
sir. You like it? You like?
Yeah, you got your church boy shirt on. You got your church boy tie, and you got the and the suspenders. Ha ha. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
I'm feeling
all you
special today.
all you need is the what do they call them what do they call those sock What they had? They used to wear sock suspenders.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I need to get some of those, man. I need some of that. Wow, thank you, man. That's gonna complete the fit, man. I take donations if anybody just want to grab me some sock
uh,
suspenders. Just kidding. No, but I'm definitely gonna look into those. Let me just put that on the list right away.
you gotta probably go
Put
antique, or
that
you got or you gotta go to like
I
Neiman
gotta
Marcus or
take
something.
note of that, man. I gotta put that
Yeah.
down on paper. Sock suspenders. I need those. Why did I think of that, dude? You know, I got the suspenders, and I got you know what I mean.
Oh
I
man,
got
good
the
stuff.
handkerchiefs that go in your pocket and the pocket
Hey,
watches and
it's all about
nice
imagery,
shoes.
bro. Listen, if you could
You
break
know,
it
I hope
down
you
with the
got the
sock
hat. You
suspenders,
would
you
think
got it.
I have those on, right? You would think, wow, why did I think of those? Hmm, I need those. I'm gonna
Listen,
do
if
that.
you can break it down with sock suspenders on, you're a tough cat, man. I give it to you. I
I
give
can
it
do
to
it.
you.
I can do it.
Oh,
I'm 100% confident that I can do the sock suspenders with ease. No problem. I'm
uh,
telling you now, I'm gonna get some.
I know you are. I know
I'm
you
gonna
are.
get some. I'm gonna
That's
find
why
me
I'm
some
laughing
right
because it's
now on
funny.
Amazon and order some, like 3
So
pairs.
so so
Can't
what
have
are
the
your
same.
plans this weekend?
Huh?
What are your plans tomorrow? Sunday. What are your plans?
Uh, Probably going to go get hypnotized by some fireworks,
There it is.
you know,
Um, I
eat
was
some food and you know, yeah, I think that's the plan. And I'm gonna go hang with my son,
nice.
he supposed to hang with him and yeah, his mother invited him, his friend, and some other people to come, or just us, I think, to come see some fireworks and stuff.
Oh,
And
nice.
so that's gonna be really nice to go
Yeah.
and hang out with them and
Hmm.
yeah, just enjoy some fireworks and some nice food and then call
Well,
it a day.
I don't know what I'm doing because everything is so wide open
I'm
for
gonna
me right
speak
now.
some code to you right now, okay? No need to decipher the code to the people, okay? But I'm very excited and I just, you've been we have not been communicating he's been very busy
Few
and
days,
we're
yeah.
colleagues, so usually we speak, but we haven't spoken. So I'm just gonna say this 313 is done.
Oh, nice, nice, nice. Well, I have some nice things to tell you too. They're speeding me through because I'm almost done. So I got a phone call basically saying, "Yeah, you have everything.
I
You can
told you.
graduate early. You
I
can
told
graduate. So
wait.
we need
Are
to
you
get
saying
you."
wait, we're doing this on sync? I'm getting another receipt right now? Khalid is getting another receipt right now? Right now. And the world gets to watch the receipt get printed.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
go for it. Because
yeah.
I told
Essentially,
him that let me tell you, no, I get to brag. I get to brag. See, he likes to brag about things that go wrong. I like to brag about things that go right. Right? I ignore what he says. Okay. Let me say this. Okay. I told this man, okay, we've been each other's motivation
mhm,
through this incredible experience through this college,
mhm.
HMI. And when I met him, he was much further along than me. He was 2 months ahead of me. That's in this world, that's a lot. If you attended this school and you understand the level of detail and care and professionalism that was implanted in the program, you will understand that 2 months. Some people don't make it 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It's a lot of information, and I guarantee you, you don't know any of it.
Mhm.
You're going in there and you don't know nothing. Everything you think you about to know, you don't know nothing. This is way more scientific, way more psychologically based, way more based into credible research than you would ever imagine.
Mhm.
And I told this guy after we been chilling and we got cool, I said, "Man, you're getting out of here early. You ain't even gonna have to do the whole program." He didn't believe me. I said, "And I am too.
Mhm.
You vouch for me, but I'm right behind you. We getting out. Ain't nobody doing what to do, man. You got
Mhm.
to listen." And he didn't believe me. He thought I was pumping him up, because it's a very positive place. Everybody got your back in this kind of place. So it's
Mhm.
very positive. And if you see life a little bit and experience some of the real, then some of that can be a little off-putting at times,
Mhm.
But I could tell because I've been there. But I'm always right. And I'm right. Yes. He getting out. Hold up. Let me see if I can get it going. Hold up. Still got it.
So, but what I did find out, check this out. If I do 50 more hours of electives, I will be completed for AOS. You there? Hello?
Oh yeah, I'm
Oh,
here. I just you know what
I
happened? You know what
did.
happened? You already know
I
what
did.
happened. What do you think happened?
Like, I
You
don't
don't
know what
know?
happened.
Well, I'm
No.
like a Borg and a like it's an Android or something, so nobody be knowing what's going on with me. I
Uh,
was just running some numbers.
oh,
You know,
okay. Oh, that's what's going on. Okay.
I'm
Yeah,
like, maybe I should just keep going.
I think you should. I
I
don't think you
will.
should stop. Mhm.
Nah, I ain't gonna stop. Now that means you
Yeah.
got about 400.
Let me see. Oh, I can't see it right now, but I can see
I
it
know
when we
you
get off.
did. Are you gonna tell me later? Because I'm about to put that on the vision board.
Yeah. I was like, oh, really? When I was told that 50 more, that's all I need. That's all you need. But some had to be clinical with what's my man's name?
Come on, man. George, what's wrong with you?
No, not George, not George. Uh, with all the
John?
scripts. No, the one with all the scripts. What's his name?
Oh, Bruce.
Bruce. Yeah, Bruce. Bonnet's class. He has a class, of course, I have to take. Then that would be for AOS, but I could do it now. And but that would be the elective part. Like some in particular, I have to take that one in particular, and
Uh,
then however many hours that one is. But after that, then a total of 50 hours, or combination of total of 50 hours.
oh, okay.
Mhm.
Is it already available, the Bruce stuff? I'm gonna do that right now.
It might
Good
be.
night,
It, wa-
everybody.
it,
I'll see
I
y'all
was,
next week. I gotta go. I got
I
work to
was.
do. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, the only work you're gonna do is go probably tonight. You may relax. You might grab a beer. You may chill out. You may
I
help
don't drink
one
beer.
or two people.
I don't do that.
Wine. It may
I
be a
don't do
glass of
beer.
wine.
I
Is it
drink
wine?
Guinness.
Guinness. Okay.
If I drink a beer,
Stout.
it's gonna be from a
Stout.
brewery where they made the beer there. It's real
Yeah,
beer.
I don't blame you.
I don't drink beer
Yep.
from the store
There's a cameraman I used to work
unless
with.
it's a Guinness.
His name is Ron, and we used to call it Ron Brew. And he used to make it from his house, man. And I don't know. I'm not a big beer drinker, but man, that stuff was delicious. And it was like it reminded me of Chimay.
I don't think
You
we
like
should be
Chimay?
talking about this.
Maybe
Happy
not, but
Fourth of July,
it's the
everybody.
holidays. It's the holidays. So
Yeah.
so we can talk about stuff. We
Hey,
can
listen.
we can
Hey,
relax a
hey,
little
hey,
bit.
hey, you want to reach out to see if the doc is gonna make
I
it?
did reach out. She's not responding. So I'm
Okay,
assuming
that's
she's
okay.
really
We'll see
busy.
what happens with that, but we'll just keep it going.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
yeah, why not? I mean, shoot,
We can still have fun.
I am happy. Hey, Pete, won't you open up the lines? Let's see if anybody want to come up here and change their life at all. I think plenty of people want to. You might be a little shy, but you don't have to be. You could, you could,
Peach,
you
Peach,
could
how are
come
you?
up here and talk with us. We love to know what's going on. We love to share. We love for you to share. Maybe you have some questions. Maybe you want to know a different technique for something that we didn't share yet. Either way, whatever it is, Peach is gonna open the lines up for people to come on up.
Let me ask you a question. If you had a client that was overweight smoker
Mhm.
who had bad driving anxiety, how would you treat them?
An overweight smoker that has bad driving anxiety.
Yes.
Well, I think you're just creating a catch 22 to work with.
Hey, listen. They want to lose weight. They want to stop smoking, and they want to help with anxiety with their driving.
Well, let's just say
And
that
and they have a therapist with a prescription.
well, smoke. Well, if they have all of that, then the smoking is something that we have to do in parts. One is I
Mhm,
need to know what brand they smoke. I need to
mhm.
know how much they smoke a day.
Three
I need
three packs a
to
day.
know how much of the cigarette they smoke. Did they smoke the whole
Three
cigarette
quarters.
or
Three
half the cigarette?
quarters of it.
And how many cigarettes they have a day? How many
Three
packs do they
packs.
smoke a day?
Three.
That's a lot of cigarettes. 3
He-
packs a day.
he's
That's
overweight.
60 cigarettes a day.
Hmm.
You realize that's 100 and what? Almost 1,000 something? I'm doing all kind of wrong math, but that's not the point. The point is this, I need to know the brand.
Yeah. Newports.
Why? And Imma tell you why.
Newports.
Because each brand has a different amount of, nicotine per milligram
Newports.
and per liter, milliliter in the cigarette and in the whole pack. And then what I'd had to do is we had to talk about why they're smoking, right?
Mhm.
When did they smoke? You see what I'm saying? Because what I want to isolate is first the chemical intake because we got to cut that down first of all. We have to get that down, which means they have to be willing to cut back on how many cigarettes they're smoking, right?
Say if the reason why they smoke is
Yeah, that's what I
because.
would do.
All right, go ahead. Sorry.
Or you want to move the bar?
Yeah, I'm moving. I'm steadily moving that bar.
I don't mind, man. I'm a gymnast.
I know. I know. You're great at this.
Yeah, thank you. You're damn great yourself, sir.
I appreciate that, man.
But
Um,
but I'm because if somebody's out there and they wondering, well, what would you do? How would that work, right? Well, first thing we want to do is we want to understand the chemical part of it because the addiction for cigarettes works in three components. It works as the chemical addiction, the habit, and the coping, right? And so we need to discover if this is a chemical addiction, if this is a habit, because habits we can break. We can not only break, we can reframe, transform into something else. Coping is something different because this means they use this for stress. They use this in different mediums, and it's not going to be so easy to just get them to let it go, right? So that's what we have to do first with the smoking. We have to find out the chemical dependency by finding out how much they're smoking, get them to cut that in half, right? And that we're going to give them some alternatives like chewing sticks, right? They have those little little machine things, little cigarette things that don't. It's just pure oxygen. Something to change the oil fixation and give them something else to do, right? Then once we've successfully done that and got the level to come down in that first session before we go too far, because we'd have to take these on and you know what I'm saying? The weight and so with the weight, right? Now the weight comes in, we have to have a different conversation, right? We have to find out what's going on in their life. We have to find out what their relationships are like, right? And we have to find out if they are medically overweight, meaning is this something that's outside of our scope of practice, right?
Mhm.
You're 200 pounds overweight, 250 pounds. You could still come, but you're going to need a medical referral because this could be something that goes beyond. Some people are overweight. They don't know they have tumors. Sometimes
Yeah.
they have a gland deficiency, which is overproducing a particular hormone, right? There's various reasons. So if the person is obese or far overweight, we need we need something from their doctor so that they know what they're doing, and it's not what we're doing is not going to affect what their doctor is doing, right? Or maybe getting them to a doctor because they never thought that it was important to see a doctor,
Mhm.
right? Well, let's just say for the sake of this, and you like to move bars, they've already seen a doctor. The doctor said, "Yeah, go ahead and give it all you want." They're not 200 pounds over their weight. They're about 20, 25, maybe 30 pounds overweight. They want to lose the weight. What do we do? Once we understand what the root cause is, and just for your bar's sake, let's just say that they had a difficult breakup. It was horrible, and things didn't go right, and now they just feel like there isn't any good men out there, right? This person or women, whichever, they don't feel like there's good people out there for them to date. And now they've gained all this weight, and they're having a hard time. They want to lose weight, but they're having a hard time losing weight, right? So now I understand. Right? And now I understand that the cigarettes is a coping mechanism used along with the weight,
Mm. Mhm.
right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna explain to them how they got their problem. I'm gonna put that plan together. And now let's say they come this first session where we gotta do something. We're gonna do a systematic form, right? We're gonna take them through an arm raising. We're gonna get them into a nice relaxation. Maybe something they haven't felt in a very long time, right? We're gonna create
Mhm.
that image that they give us from their language of what they want to see. We're gonna put that image in front of them. We're gonna merge that image with them. We're gonna create a staircase and get them to go down that staircase, merging that new idea.
Mhm.
Then we're gonna give them positive suggestions, and then we're gonna bring them out. We're gonna see what that how that works for them first, while we get them to cut back that nicotine.
Mhm.
And with the weight, we're gonna talk to them about their diet. We're gonna find out what they're eating. We're gonna check on their blood sugar. We're gonna see if they're eating enough protein. Are they eating a lot of carbohydrates, right? Are they eating
Mhm.
things that don't put the energy in the body that the body needs? Meaning they're using short form energy like sugars and carbohydrates, stuff that creates energy very quickly and burns fast, spikes, and that causes the blood sugar to spike. And this can cause their appetites to change, to rise and to fall. And also it can cause depression, and it can cause the emotional fluctuation that they're feeling, which puts them into that cycle of wanting to change, getting upset because they couldn't, now eating themselves out of it, and it goes back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, right? And that's what we would start. That's what we would do. Now, once they've gotten that, and we come back for that next session, and we see they cut the cigarettes down by a third, we're gonna get them to cut that nicotine down by another third, and we're gonna replace it with something else again, right? And then once we get them down to the number we want them to with the smoking, what we're gonna do is we'll start the process, and we'll give them an anchor in hypnosis
Mhm.
to keep them anchored, and we'll start desensitizing them to the oral fixation and the sensation of needing to smoke. And in this place, we'll start putting healthier habits from their suggestions, what they want done, what they want to do with their life. And we'll use that anchor to anchor that thing in. And then once we have that, and we'll give them the suggestions with the weight loss, right? Once we do that in that second session, we'll see where they at. They come back for the third session. We get the cigarettes down where we need it. Now we're going to give them that ultimate version of themselves in imagery,
Mhm.
right? And we're going to give them that final suggestion that they are not a smoker anymore. that they're a non-smoker and they love it. And they have no desire to be a smoker anymore because they've already lived the life of a smoker and they enjoyed it and they're over it. And there's nothing that even want to go back.
Mhm.
And how excited they are for the life of not smoking. All the wonderful things they're starting to do and going to continue to do.
Mhm.
Now I feel like with a lot of that, once we get that in there and with the suggestions for the food, the eating and healthier lifestyle, that will knock out the weight.
Mhm.
Right. And I'll give them some homework. I'll do some dream therapy with them. I'll make them write next to their bed on a piece of paper that remember to remember your dreams. I'll have them folded in a way that they'll sit up on their nightstand. And I'll give them a suggestion for their mind, their subconscious mind, to start venting and releasing that which doesn't serve them anymore in the early morning hours. Right. And for those dreams to start promoting the new them.
Mm.
Beyond the Mind Hypnotherapy.com. That's Beyond the Mind Hypnotherapy.com. Go ahead and go in there and book your session whenever you're ready. We are ready for you.
I
But
think you hypnotized me.
hey,
I think
Pete,
you did.
if you could open up the lines, we'd love to get people in. We're ready to open up the lines. I think Peach is still with us.
Oh man. Kind of
And
like
there
this.
we go.
This-
The lines
yeah,
are open up. I know that
there we
we're
go.
also watching on, people are watching maybe on TikTok and Facebook and Instagram. We want to
Mhm.
say happy 4th of July to you guys over there. I hope you're having a, well, hope is for the hopeless. May this be a wonderful day of service to you. If anybody from any of the other platforms would like to come on up, please come up.
Mhm.
Please come on in. We love to talk to you. We love to grow this community out even bigger, and we want to keep giving
Mhm.
out tools that help you change your life.
Yeah.
But what were you about to say, Chef? You had something to say
Uh,
there.
um. Nah. It's just, I'm looking forward to what's coming. A lot of us. The way the world is very very difficult for many right now. A lot of people just changing their lives, working on themselves, reinventing their own wheel. Having to do new careers. Just a lot of different changes, a lot of different things, but it really feels like things are starting to subside a bit. Um, like I think with this year, there were so many layoffs. There were starting this year, so many companies was laying off people, and it really feels like, at least where I am, it feels like things are starting to turn around on a societal level. Uh, I am in LA, and then we do have the World Cup happening, which is really interesting here. It's uh, it's just so many people from different places, and they've actually improved a lot of transportation here to allow others to come.
Mm,
Now there's all kinds of people, like they're literally all nationalities. I'm not just seeing one kind. It's so it's really it's not the image that I thought I would see. Let me just put it like that, right? Based on what's happening here in America. This is not the image I thought I would see. So, and it's been very peaceful and really cool, having the World Cup here. But there's two things that are happening at the same time. Los Angeles itself is trying to repair itself because it's been a wreck. The image of LA has been a lot different than what it currently is now. What it currently is now is this is probably the best summer, and we're just starting off since 2019, pre-COVID. Now, the image of Los Angeles is that it's always sunny, it's always beautiful, it's always cool, it's a bunch of liberals and all. That's LA. That's the image. Well, the image of recently has not been that. If you're Los Angeles, if you're from LA, you live here,
Mm.
but seeing the World Cup here gives the city hope. It really does, because it got really bleak for a lot of people, especially because the film business it's not the image of the film business is not the same, right? Um,
Mhm.
but you're starting to see a shift, and the shift is a
Raphael Baseman Jones. Good evening, guys. Good evening. Glad you could join us. Thank you for coming out and listening to the show this evening. We appreciate you.
oh, there you go.
I didn't mean to cut you off. I like
No,
the
it's all good. It's all
shot.
good. It's all good. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's
Mhm.
all good, brother. I feel the shift. It's not only that you see it, you're starting to feel it, right?
Mm.
Um, and it's actually a positive one. Um, it took a while to get here for the overall like LA area,
Mhm.
but there's definitely a shift here, and I know that they're preparing for the Olympics to come, because once again, you have to clean up the image of the city to make other people want to come here. So it does feel like change is happening in a positive way. Um, as much as craziness is happening in the world, it does feel like this is one inkling of some positive change. So I just
And
want
if
to
you
say
want to hear more about politics, check out Peach Entertainment Uphill Battle. Happens every Thursday. These guys go hard on politics. Very informed, very insightful. Check them out every Thursday on Peach Entertainment.
I didn't know, Peach. I had no idea.
That was a
I got to
plug
get
right
in.
there.
Yeah, I got to get in one of those. I'll say one thing and I'll leave. I want. I'll say one thing, crack a joke, and I'm out.
But Baseman Jones, we got the line open up. If you like to come join us and have a conversation, we love to hear from you. Anybody else out there that would love to come up and participate in this conversation, we love to have you. Also, if you have any questions that you like to ask or like to know about any alternative techniques that you might be able to use, please don't hesitate to come up so we can possibly help you with that. If it is something outside of our scope, we'll help gladly let you know. We're not here to, create some weird fake persona where we give out bad information just to look good. So if it's something that's outside of our scope, we'll clearly let you know. And if it's in my possible range of expertise, I will point you in a direction of where you can actually get the help you're looking for. Because we're here to be helpful and help people.
Mhm.
So, and
And
yeah,
I think the one beautiful thing that you just actually said, but is if you aren't right, there's someone that you can refer out to who could be right for someone, right? And just as we do the same for each other, if I feel like someone's better off for you, I'm gonna pass them to you. If you feel like someone's better off for me, you've already done it. So I think it comes a point where you just have to understand that you have to have that relationship with your client of understanding and trust. And it takes a while sometimes to get that,
I
or
think
so
when
it
you
takes.
do this for the right reason, uh, it can be sensed.
Hmm. I mean, I didn't want to say that, because it's almost like your secret weapon, but you know, you can sense it. You can sense when it's right. You can definitely sense when it's wrong. You can sense when it's going to be a struggle sometimes. And I think the best part of doing this is really like when you that client just is like, or they're just kind of coming back, and you see the effect, and they take a moment, they don't say anything, and they just kind of sit. I'm sure you've had a client do that, right? You just take a moment and just, trying to get themselves back. And in that moment, I see so many things. In that moment, when that client is trying to get their bearings, I should say, or come back to their consciousness,
Mhm.
there is sometimes a sense of relief. there is a sense of wow, I actually did this, and someone understands me. There is a sense of uh, achievement sometimes because we help people bypass the critical mind to get to the subconscious. And a lot of times, perfect example, my daughter, right? I was eating, we had, we were eating some food today. She was with her friend. We were talking about what I did, what we do as a profession. And we just had a random cop talking. I says, oh, yeah, I put Zola, which is my daughter. I should say her name, but she's out there. Um, put her under hypnosis for early on the school year. That semester, she got a 4.25.
Mm,
The second semester, she got another 4.25. So the whole year, she got a 4.25. I put her on hypnosis one time.
mm. I remember that.
Yep.
You
So
remember telling me that anyway.
yeah. So like
Yeah, that's
it
powerful.
works. Yeah,
Oh
it
yeah, I did it with my
works.
nephew.
Yeah.
He is in college. He went from a C and B student to an honor student in the honor society. You
I
know,
mean,
and if you guys
it's
got kids
amazing how
out
it
there that
works.
are teenagers, or if you're
Mhm.
young adults yourself, between the ages of 18 and 25, and you would like some assistance, please reach out. We can help. If it's something
Mhm.
that is within our scope. But if you're
Mhm.
looking to improve your performance in school, maybe up some of that, that's come on, come through. We're gonna help
Yeah,
you get there. And
especially
it's not,
if your teenagers are struggling.
these struggles has nothing to do with if your child is smart or not.
Mhm.
This has everything to do with how the mind is being utilized, right? And that's something that can be changed, transformed, eh, right? And a lot of times children end up messing up in school. It's a form of acting out.
Mhm.
It's a form of things happening in the household that aren't being discussed with the child, uh, feelings that they don't feel are being acknowledged or appreciated. And sometimes there are things that parents don't feel like children don't really, need to worry about, or that's beneath, the concern of the parent.
Mhm.
But I'm here to tell you every aspect of your child's development is important, and especially them feeling understood and heard, because will affect how they go out and interact with others. And when we are able to communicate in a healthy way and express ourselves in a healthy way, we become healthy people. We're able to experience our emotions in a healthy way, and we're not at odds with them. But when you don't do that, you cause emotions to become um, overactive, right? You start programming a neurological response to danger that doesn't exist. And for the child, they see it as danger. You know, not
Mhm.
every child lies because they're a liar. Most children's lies start from safety. So if you have children out there and you know you want to get them to see a hypnotherapist, you can always just tell them that it's like going to Xavier's school for gifted mutants. I like when I
Um.
talk to young people, you know what I tell them? I like, you got powers, right? You got
Mhm.
mind powers, like real powers. I can show you them. You could use them right now. I can show you. I can show you they work. We could do it right now if you want. What do you think they say?
Nah, you can't do that. You can't. You can't.
All right,
You
show me.
can't. You ain't got.
You got to show
Yeah.
me.
Yeah. They say
Right?
no first, and like, all right, show.
What happens when you think I do that? What happens when I do this? What you think happens?
No. Oh.
What happens when this happens? My powers. What else can it do? And now we're off to the races.
My favorite, though, I have to say, my favorite is when I pull the Reiki card out. Because people don't necessarily believe that it works online. Like they don't believe it. So it's like really funny. I'm like, all right, cool. Let me just show you something. Let's you do it yourself first, right? And actually, for anyone who is at home, I can actually show you how
You know
to.
what? Baseman Jones, you want our brother? Because you this is the second time I seen him in here. And
Okay,
I appreciate it because I don't know him. Now I'm getting to know him. And this is
okay,
incredible that we have somebody that's joined us that's actually
cool,
finding some value in what we're doing. But
cool.
Baseman Jones, would you like to receive some Reiki energy? And then you can let us know if you felt it. Just put in a comment if that's something you would like
Yes
to
or no?
experience.
Yes or no? And
And
you're
it's
gonna do it
okay.
yourself. I'm not gonna do anything. Oh, he's coming up. Cool. There it is. All right, sweet.
I think he's coming up, or she, Pete
No, she,
saying come up.
no, she says. Oh, she's asking to come up. Okay. Because for me, when I do the Reiki combo,
Mhm.
people when they can feel the actual energy themselves, that's it. They believe it because like
Mhm.
like and the funny thing is because hey this is something that you should kind of get used to. You get your breathing and expansion and you close. In fact, here we go. We're going to do it. So what I'd like to do, if you're interested in feeling your own personal energy, you can rub your hands together till they get warm. Right, rub them till they get warm. You feel that heat. And this is for y'all at home. If you feel that heat and you want to just feel your own energy, what you can do is you get that heat on your hands, you close your eyes, you take a deep breath, and you imagine a bar that you take your deep breath uh, attached to your hands. You expand when you inhale, and you exhale and you close. All right, and you kind of move your arms around and see if you can feel anything, and you just take one more deep breath and inhale and expand. And imagine that bar being attached to your hand and close and exhale. Now when you're closed, you might feel a little bit of hand tingling, a little bit of pressure, a little bit of something. Now what we're gonna take another deep breath and expand. And on this time, I want you just to keep your hands there and kind of move them back and forth and see if you can feel. It should be a hot spot in your palm, probably here or here. And you should be able to feel something. You can kind of twirl around, all right? And if you can't feel it, just take one more deep breath and close your eyes. And this time we're going to imagine that bar turning to a ball, kind of like Dragon Ball Z Goku ball, a ball of white light. And then you can kind of imagine it or visualize it being in your hand. All right. And now we're going to close and exhale. On your close, you should feel almost like a magnetic push or pull, right? And this is your personal energy, right? So what we're going to do when you want to feel it, bring it into your heart, turn it towards yourself and bring it in, right? And we're going to exhale. We're going to take a deep breath. And when we take a deep breath, we're going to bring it in. And on the exhale, we're going to release it out. Right? So now we're going to take a deep breath and bring it in. Okay. And exhale and release. And I'm going to turn off my camera and help you guys out for a moment. And now I've sent you, whomever is out there watching, I've sent you a little bit of Reiki love, and hopefully you received it. And I've also taught you how to find your own energy. And this is something that you should practice if you're interested in doing energy work. Um, Practice your own energy. See if you can feel it. Rub your hands together. Feel that that energy that's there that you cannot see, but you can feel it, but you can't see it. It's all around us. You have your own personal energy, and you also have other energies around us. Um, it is for us to understand, because it is something that, if used properly, obviously it helps heal and it helps people open up. And yeah, I mean, you're in the healing and helping businesses is one of the things I'd love to share with people. So hopefully you felt something. If not, you will. Uh, it may not be now, but you definitely feel something. Maybe tonight you rested really well, and you might not even notice how well you sleep, but you're going to sleep good, uh, because it's been done. So hopefully you enjoy that, and yeah, thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you, man. That was nice. Please leave a comment in the chat how you enjoyed that, if you felt that, if it moved you, and if you got that Reiki blast.
But typically with my clients, it's a lot more intense. This is a general setting. I didn't really do any much things. I just wanted to have you guys feel it, and I just sent you a little bit of hello. So
Mm,
hopefully that worked.
that was beautiful. Powerful
Yeah, but
stuff.
once again, the transition of opening up. That's typically I'll do the Reiki, or like I'll do the EFT, one of the two. You
Mhm.
know, um, I have found, as we are developing, more of our skills, I have found that doing doing a combination of Reiki and hypnotherapy, or EFT and hypnotherapy, is efficient, right?
Right. Mhm.
Um, but if
But
I
if I
do
did
all
all
three,
three,
it is
it
like
is like a
a you know, it's just a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot for people to release a lot of times. So we have to do it in stages. It's because I feel sexy, Peach. That's all. I just feel sexy today. I told you. I
dang,
told you. It's a
let him
brand
get his
new day.
sexy on, Peach. Goodness
It's
gracious,
a
let the man
brand new
live. We got
day.
I
I
saw
am
we are
back.
totally opposite right now. You know what I mean? Like if
I
you see,
listen, Peach.
he's got
You
the
saw.
he's got the hair exposed. He's got no glasses on. He's straight rocking the Miami Vice right now. He's got the Crockett look going on real hard right now. And I'm over here looking like I'm ready to sell you $1 million dream. Like, hey, here's
Oh
the
man.
name tag, guys. My all the way up to my throat, you know. It's
uh,
opposite
well,
day, you know.
well. This is what it is. I have been pinned up. Now I'm released, and now you get to see the happy, joyful, true guy here. So
If your shirt is any indication of how you're feeling, you are open, bro. You are open book right now. You are open, happy man, bro. I'm an open
oh
door. Come see. That's what it
yeah.
look like to be, man.
Listen,
You,
I'm trying to have
it look
fun.
like you need a welcome mat on your shirt.
Oh my sure. How about right with the name tag that says welcome?
Welcome, right there. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, oh shit. Oh man, good stuff, man. I'm so and audience, I'm so sorry I was not here last week, and I know you guys had a great show, but I was in the process of moving, and as this has all come to a complete end, it is over, and you have me committed to you all every Friday. So unless God forbid an extreme emergency comes up, then you guys are mine. So
Well,
just to
eat
let you know.
like before.
Mhm. Yeah. Where are the questions? Where are the people? Peach, where you at?
He is definitely feeling good, and he didn't have a beer.
I'm not drinking.
He
I
has
am
not
high
had a
on life
beer.
right now. Nope. Nope.
If they was to ask me to testify to that in court right now, I couldn't.
Well, it would be true though.
I mean,
I don't drink beer like that.
I don't think you.
I'm re-
I know you don't drink.
yeah.
You know,
Well,
really drink.
I'm not. No, I'm not even a drinker, really. So
I mean,
I can't say I don't drink at all.
there
But
was a time
every
that I
once
was
in a
a
while, I
hippie.
have.
I did. I did. I've been many things in this life. Many things. This is why I speak from experience. I don't come to you as someone who's lived this perfect life and did all
Is
these
this
great,
18 and over? Is this 18 and
wonderful
over
things.
show?
No, not at all. We save that for Peach on Saturdays at 12 a.m. But
Oh, really? Oh, really? Do I need to come on your show, Pete, on Saturdays at 12 a.m.?
I wanted to explain to her about mass
Hey, listen.
males
Hey,
and
Peach,
cubicle
listen.
release.
You go see the
You know,
taco meat.
this
You
is
go
a
see the
help.
taco meat.
This is a therapy show, man. I need you to keep that shirt at least 4 buttons at all times, man.
All right.
You can treat us like a 7-Eleven, man.
Okay. After this weekend, it's gonna get serious.
Don't get serious. Don't do that.
Don't
Don't do that. We just said don't go into 7-Eleven with no shoes and shirt on because they don't accept it.
But I could do that with taco meat.
I don't know if that's code for something. I can't agree
What do you mean you
to
don't know if
disagree
that's close?
until we get a true definition of what taco meat is. I've been in some weird circles and everybody has their own definition for things. That's what I've learned. I always ask,
Oh my god!
what is your definition for that? I don't know.
I don't. I listen. This we don't even.
You know,
Oh man, good time.
I
Good time.
was gonna say something really explicit, but
Don't.
all in code. But I'm not gonna do that. You just gonna share some of that hypnotherapy humor, hypnotherapist humor. It's pretty out there.
Yeah, it is. I
Yeah.
tell you, you can't heal a lie. Y'all who's sitting here lying to yourselves, telling yourself one day you're gonna get to it, you're gonna get to it, you're gonna do it. You can't. You're lying to yourself.
And and you know what? We actually only got maybe what a couple minutes, not a little over 10 minutes left. I figure I'll leave them with this one. And the floor is open if you want to come up and battle me out on this one here. I'm gonna tell you like this. And when you embrace this philosophy, your whole life will change. You are always right. And I already know what you're gonna say to me. I know what you're gonna say because I've heard it. I've heard it all. You're gonna tell me I've been wrong. I made mistakes. I don't always get it right. I done effed up. And you know what I'm gonna tell you? Aren't you right about that? Because you're always right. You can't be wrong without being right. What do you mean? I've been wrong? Are you right about that? Can someone tell you you're wrong about something you think you're right about and you agree? You can't. You cannot be wrong without being right. You must agree that the wrong is right. You are always right. So, what becomes the real question? What do you want to be right about? You want to be right that your life is hard? You want to be right about you can't make no money? You want to be right about you can't find the perfect person or relationship? You want to be right about your job or career being terrible? Because you're right. If it's a stepping stone, you're right. If it's just a moment in time leading to where you want to be, you're right. If it's no sweat off your back, you're right. What do you want to be right about? Because you've been giving your rightness to things you don't even agree with. And you're right about that. So the next time you say to yourself or tell somebody, man, my day sucks, or these people are idiots, assholes, I can't stand this. They remember, you're right. When next time you tell somebody why you can't make something happen, remember, you're right. You are always right. Now, from a weird narcissistic bubble, this sounds very narcissistic, but it isn't. The narcissist doesn't truly believe they're right. They need constant evidence and reinforcement that they are right. They're an empty hole, trying to fill an emotional vacuum that can never be filled. So they give you the image, but the truth behind that, they are swallowed by fear. And they don't really believe they're right. They're right. They need your conviction to believe they're right. So when you understand you are right and you are always right, then you'll start being more cautious about what you choose to be right about and how you frame it. Because if your life is bad, you're right. Well, I could argue with you, but it's not going to do nothing because you're just going to give me evidence to prove that I'm wrong because you're right. You're always right. But the moment you say your life isn't bad, who's right? You're right. Stop fighting to be right and start knowing you are right. And understand that you are in a stage of knowing. And when you begin to know that you're always right, then you can no longer believe it. Because you cannot believe what you know. Just as you cannot know what you believe. So, is there anything you want to end the show on, Chef?
Yeah. Yeah. Give me a minute.
I'm gonna give him a minute. I think he oiling up his chest right now.
Wow. I was giving you
He's
a
in
moment.
LA. I don't know. He might be getting ready to go to the beach with some skates. Skating is
Wow.
popular out there. It's true. I used to love skating, man. Let me tell you, California will do something to you. Yeah, you're doing things you thought you never do, like
That's true.
skating on a boardwalk or just hanging out. You know,
Hiking.
hiking, walking trails.
Mm-hmm.
Might end up getting you a little dog.
The funny thing here now, just so you know, like the hookup thing, and are the runs, the run meets. It's like, so I don't know if you guys, you guys don't have that there, but it's too hot. It's too hot. But the meetups are they have these big run
Tell that
groups
to
and
New
it's
York
like
right now.
my son, my son's back, right? And he's like, Dad, it's so fun out there. He's like, so much fun. He's really enjoying it in New York. It's like really awesome. I'm so glad he's having this experience.
It is a beautiful place, man. Especially if he wasn't born there.
Yeah. He's he's just learning how to navigate and move and hustle
No,
and
it's great. It's
do
beautiful.
things he's never done.
You know what? It's going, and let me tell you, man, it changes you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because New York is about being outside. Period.
Yeah.
You're gonna want to do. You're gonna have to get out the door. There's no staying in the house like that in New York. You're gonna get out there, and it's good. You're gonna meet people, and you're gonna make some great friends. And you're gonna make some people that test you, that really, and you're gonna be in some situations that make you stand up to who you are. Which, when you go through that, you you come out the fire on the other end forged someone who is very confident about who you are. And that translates wherever you go. But what did you want to end the show with before I have Peach take us out of here with the rewrite
Um,
your mind?
I
First of
just
all,
want
before you
to.
share, please tell people your website.
Yeah. Website is OreHypnotherapy.com. It is spelled OREHPNOTHERAPY.com. To Oriah Hypnotherapy, and you can book appointments. We can talk. We can figure out what your issues may be that you may want to tackle, and I got you. Um, Looking forward to helping you out and help you accomplish your goals. But what I wanted to say this weekend is that I want everyone to enjoy yourself, be safe, um, don't get too hypnotized where you hurt yourself. So make sure you're in the safe area, enjoying your family and friends. And we are here to wish you a beautiful weekend from Beyond the Mind. Sir Talib is so great. I'm so grateful to have met this man. We have helped each other in our own ways so much. And It feels good to have another brethren that can see life the way you can see it. And I appreciate you, and I appreciate the time that you allowed me to share here on your show. And I just want to say that, and everyone have a beautiful weekend and be safe.
Hey, thank you. That was a great way to take us out of here. I want to say thank you to everybody. Yes, go check out Beyond the Mind Hypnotherapy.com. You can also find me on TikTok under Beyond the Mind Hypno, and also on Instagram. And I'm not on Facebook as far as the hypnotherapy is concerned right now, but that's okay because we'll be adding there. So, once again, I'll leave you with this. Remember, you are the villain in somebody's life, whether you know it or not. Until next time we meet, I'm Talib, and I'll see you next week.
Have a beautiful weekend, y'all.
Welcome to Rewriting Your Reality, a video focused on hypnotic modalities to shift the belief systems that keep you captive. We will explore the journey from being subconsciously programmed to achieving quantum freedom. Get ready to dismantle everything you thought you knew about your own limitations. The mind's power is a historical fact. Franz Mesmer introduced animal magnetism in the 1700s. James Braid coined hypnotism, defining it as a focused physiological state. Crucially, before anesthesia, major surgeries were performed using this trance state, proving the mind's ability to override physical pain. My personal journey proves the mind transcends the body. A near-death experience revealed pure awareness. After being paralyzed, I reprogrammed my body through visualization and discipline. The core truth is that identity is the prison and the key. Your mind can reshape reality itself. Unmasking the global hypnotic modality. Secret societies and governments. They understood the power of the trance state long ago and weaponized it to shape societal structures from the shadows. Corporate hypnosis. Advertising and media use sophisticated neuro-linguistic programming, NLP, to obscure reality and shift your belief systems without your consent. The ultimate goal, to control the narrative, consumption, and consciousness of the masses, turning individuals into predictable units of a manufactured paradigm. They are the masters of the hypnotic modality. The first element of global hypnotic modality is authority, manufactured to establish psychological inferiority. Uniforms, robes, and controlled environments trigger unquestioning obedience. When you look up to an authority, your critical factor is lowered, accepting suggestions as absolute truth. The uniform is the first induction. The second element is translogic, a self-contained system logical only within its own framework. This creates a closed loop of reasoning. A doctrine establishes ultimate authority, turning rules into absolute truths. The paradigm acts as a perceptual filter, making external manipulation feel like internal conviction. The third element is overload, creating an intense, rapid-fire experience that bypasses the conscious mind. Techniques include sensory saturation, emotional triggers, and message overload. This forces the subject to feel something profound, anchoring the belief without rational scrutiny. The heart accepts what the head has no time to question. The grand illusion is when you become your own hypnotist. Division keeps us fighting each other, distracting us from the masters of the modality. They use filtered evidence to make you doubt your power. The ultimate control is when you self-hypnotize with their suggestions. I am not enough. This is the self-hypnosis of suffering. The quick release uses the Sedona method to clear emotional debris. Emotional baggage is just something you are holding on to. You can drop it using these 4 questions. Could I let this feeling go? Would I let this feeling go? When? Answer: now. Repeat until you feel a tangible shift in your state. The reframe shifts meaning and reality. Change the meaning you attach to an event, and you change your emotional response. Content reframing actively searches for the positive intent or hidden benefit. Failure is just data and feedback. A block is a stepping stone. Change the question to change the destination. You are already in a trance. Self-hypnosis is choosing your own program. This is your new operating system. Use a simple countdown to enter a deep state and plant empowering beliefs into your subconscious mind. Consistent practice rewrites your core identity, dissolving suffering and manifesting the quantum you. Are you ready to take your quantum leap? This exclusive transformation package offers the